ECW was the third promotion of wrestling back in the late 90s, during a time where the market was controlled by both WWE and WCW. Their financial problems forced them to file bankruptcy, and unfortunate for their original stars and fans, ECW died. After they had worked in 2001 during the Invasion angle along with WCW guys, some of their competitors impressed WWE management, and in January of 2003, the WWE officially acquired all of their assets. And what came next? Well, you could say the ECW name was better off kept bankrupt. Welcome to Wrestle Hustle. In this video, I'll be talking to you guys about the main reasons, in my opinion, WWE reviving ECW simply did not work. It could have been WWE not knowing how to keep the ship from sinking, but it was all ruined from the start. Before we start, happy Valentine's Day to all of you guys. This might be uploaded on Valentine's or the day before or the day after. Just hoping you have a good time with your loved ones. Also, wanted to thank everyone who watches this video and who watched the previous video. If you haven't, click the channel and check that video out. I love wrestling and I'm guessing you love it too because you're here. If you enjoy what you watch, subscribe to the channel. Drop a like in this video if you do enjoy the video, of course, and comment below your opinions on what's taught. Once again, thank you very much. The Rise and Fall of ECW was a documentary released in late 2004, and the fans who missed ECW were remembered of their love for that brand. In 2005, ECW One Night Stand was aired and produced by WWE, after many had been talking about a possible return of the brand. The pay-per-view was a major success, and once again they did it in 2006, where RVD, Rob Van Dam, an ECW original and by then Mr. Money in the Bank, cashed in his briefcase and defeated the WWE champion John Cena for the title. A poster of "If Cena Wins, We Riot" defines what this night meant for ECW fans and the competitors from the brand. And thank God, thank to Vince McMahon for understanding that it had to end the way it did. Rob Van Dam with the title in his hands at the end of the night. But here's where we start off with the wrong foot. You see, Rob Van Dam was one of the most over guys WWE signed from all of the competitors from the Invasion angle that weren't in the WWE, being loved by everyone no matter how he was being booked. The problem wasn't choosing Van Dam, the problem was Van Dam. Once it became official that the brand would be making its return as a WWE property, it was a bit worrying, sure, but more optimistic thoughts came out of it once the fans saw Rob Van Dam was given the WWE Championship. Like, seriously? Wow. And then the ECW Championship made its debut on the first episode of ECW. Edge and John Cena were there as well, even Kurt freaking Angle was there. But on the 1st of July of 2006, less than a month after the debut of ECW with WWE, Van Dam and his close friend Sabu were arrested for possession of drugs. We don't need to get into details of that, it was 14 years ago, and he's gone on to do very good stuff in the wrestling business ever since, including a pretty entertaining run right now as a heel in Impact Wrestling. This helped RVD's push back and it forced Vince McMahon to remove both titles off of him. In the 3rd of July episode of Raw, he lost the WWE title to Edge in a triple threat match against John Cena and Edge, and then lose the ECW title on the next night's episode of ECW to The Big Show. And there lies another huge problem for ECW's failure, The Big Show's title reign. Van Dam was suspended for 30 days. Which means no clear challenger was there for Big Show. So there was no feud for him to start with the title reign. Besides that, who even thought it was a good idea to have Big Show win the title from RVD? It should have been one of the ECW originals on the roster like Sabu or Tommy Dreamer, in my opinion. But Big Show simply was far removed from being a credible representative of the ECW brand. And he was simply there to have a legit champ. He only had one match you could call entertaining in my opinion, which was the SummerSlam 2006 match with Sabu, the Extreme Rules match. That was very interesting. But the rest of his title reign was as forgettable as you can imagine. Then December to Dismember happened. And damn it, whoever thought it was a good idea to make Bobby Lashley, the champ, another champion, not from the group of guys the fans wanted to win the ECW title. Who even thought about that? The pay-per-view simply sucked, with Hardy's and Eminem being the only match of the card people enjoyed. Balls Mahoney versus Matt Striker, Daivari versus Tommy Dreamer, Ariel and Kevin Thorne versus Kelly Kelly and Mike Knox. Are you kidding me? These matches suck just by looking at the guys that are in the matches. Respect to them because they've done good things out of the pile of crap that was this event. They've done pretty good things, but my god, who even thought about booking this card? The main event was the infamous Extreme Elimination Chamber God. It included the champion Big Show, Hardcore Holly, Test, Bobby Lashley, CM Punk, and Rob Van Dam. I'm guessing you know which two guys the fans wanted to win, right? Well, even Paul Heyman wanted Punk to win the title this night, but Vince and Heyman got into a heated argument over McMahon's choice of having Lashley win the title and the match, which Heyman reacted to this decision by simply resigning and leaving the company. Thank God, after years of simply not wanting anything to do with Vince McMahon and the WWE, Heyman decided to return, and he's now managing Brock Lesnar for what seems like an eternity, and he's still going in that position. Plus, he's running Raw in a very good and entertaining way, so thank you, Heyman, for that. The December to Dismember pay-per-view to this day is considered the worst pay-per-view in WWE history, and there's no discussion about it. It hurt the brand a lot, proving WWE was not serious about the former ECW talent or the new guys the fans were clearly behind of. Two matches including talent from the ECW roster were featured at WrestleMania 23 in 2007. Lashley, the ECW champion, faced Umaga, the Intercontinental champion, in the Battle of the Billionaires, representing, I believe, Donald Trump. Sorry, I don't know why I was confused. I'm just watching WrestleMania on my TV. Sorry. And the other match was ECW Originals versus the New Breed. It was Rob Van Dam, Sabu, Tommy Dreamer, and Sandman taking on Elijah Burke, Marcus Corvon, Kevin Thorne, and Matt Striker. The match just lasted 7 minutes. And there's no way 8 guys are going to prove their worth in 7 minutes. You know, looking cool is one thing, but in wrestling, the most important thing is showing what you can do inside of the ring. And many of the talent just weren't given that opportunity. I wanted to point something real quick and short. Chris Benoit was a part of the ECW roster when the murder-suicide incident happened. I don't want to refer to this as a reason for ECW failing, sorry. But it was something I just thought about while writing the script. Back to the subject. Through the years, ECW was the same. Former WWE mid-carders that people liked, such as Matt Hardy, Christian in 2009, Shelton Benjamin, William Regal, and others were forced into being main eventers in the ECW brand to help attract fans that had given up on the project or to simply gain new viewers. Was it a good idea? Maybe. I think WWE just abandoned the guys that helped ECW become what it was in its prime years. Yes, they would eventually get older and wouldn't be able to carry the brand, but to this day in 2020, the likes of Van Dam, Dreamer, Sabu, and even Rhino, who years later would return to WWE, are still working and having decent matches at their ages, so who knows? And last, in my opinion, what finally killed ECW. A point came where the talent from WWE's developmental territory back then, Florida Championship Wrestling, was being shipped to ECW, making ECW kind of a brand to showcase the newer guys. It wasn't a bad idea, but they forgot to add other guys the fans really wanted to see compete, and not guys who clearly were on the outs and about to leave the company. The last episode of ECW was aired on February 16th of 2010. The reality TV style of NXT replaced it, and with how good NXT has been through the years, it clearly was the best idea. Do you guys think ECW could have been better? Was it doomed from the start? Was it a better idea for WWE to use the ECW name and broadcast specials every year, like maintain the whole One Night Stand pay-per-view every year, kind of like that? Was it better that way? Just let me know your opinions down below in the comments section. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe for more wrestling here at Wrestle Hustle. Thanks for watching.